Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world that often tells us we need more experience, more skills, more connections, more resources, more validation. And while these things can certainly be helpful, here's a truth that so many of us forget: you already have everything you need to succeed. The key to success isn't about accumulating a perfect set of qualifications or waiting for the right moment. It's about recognizing the power that already lies within you right now. First, let's talk about courage. You have it. It's the quiet voice inside of you that whispers, keep going when things get tough. Courage doesn't look like perfection, and it doesn't look like never being afraid. Courage looks like showing up even when you're scared. Courage looks like vulnerability, the willingness to be seen, to take risks, to be imperfect. You are already brave enough. Next is connection. Success is never a solo journey. But what if I told you that the relationships you need, the support you long for, are already within your reach? Real success isn't just about what you accomplish on your own. It's about the people you surround yourself with, the ones who challenge you, who lift you up, who see you and remind you of your worth when you forget it. You already belong. Then there's resilience. Life is messy. We all face setbacks. But resilience doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from learning to stand up after we fall. Every time you stumble, you learn something. Every time you doubt yourself, you build the muscle to trust in your abilities. You are already strong enough. And finally, there's the gift of imperfection. We often think that success requires us to be flawless, to have it all together, to be perfect versions of ourselves. But in reality, success is about showing up with all our messiness and our mistakes. It's about owning our imperfections, owning our stories, and still choosing to move forward. You are already enough. You have everything you need to succeed. Not because you're perfect, not because you've got it all figured out, but because you are already enough as you are. Your courage, your connection, your resilience, and your authenticity, these are the things that will carry you through. So stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop believing that you need more. You already have everything you need within you. The world is waiting for you to show up. And when you do, not only will you succeed, you'll do so in a way that is true to who you really are. You are already enough. Now go out there and be all of it. I hope that resonates with you. It's a reminder that we don't need to wait for the right moment or the perfect conditions. We are enough right now. You already have everything you need. Success isn't about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about recognizing the resources, qualities, and strengths you already possess. Courage is within you. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to show up and take action even when you're scared. Vulnerability is a strength. Success requires vulnerability. It's about being willing to be seen, to take risks, and to embrace imperfection. You are not alone in this journey. True success is built on connection. The relationships and support systems you need are already within reach. Resilience is key. Failure and setbacks are part of the journey. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding failure, but learning to rise again and keep going. Imperfection is a gift. Success doesn't require perfection. In fact, it's the willingness to show up imperfectly that makes us stronger and more authentic. You are already enough. You don't need to be perfect or have everything figured out. You are enough just as you are, your experiences, your flaws, your growth. Embrace your authentic self. True success comes from being true to who you are. Stop waiting for the perfect version of yourself and just show up as you are. Courage to fail is necessary. Taking risks means facing the possibility of failure. But that's how you learn and grow. Success is often built on the lessons from failure. You are meant to show up. The world is waiting for you. Stop holding back and waiting for the perfect moment. You already have everything you need to take that next step and make an impact. These points capture the essence of the speech and highlight how success is rooted in embracing your inner strength, connection, and authenticity. Success is often framed as something we must chase after, something that exists in the future, something we can only attain once we've gathered the right experiences, resources, or accolades. We tend to believe that success lies just beyond our reach, waiting for the perfect moment or a specific set of conditions to align. This mindset can lead to constant striving, a feeling of inadequacy, and the persistent belief that we're not yet ready. But what if the truth is that you already have everything you need to succeed right now in this moment? The idea that you are already equipped with the tools for success challenges conventional thinking. We often look outside of ourselves for the things that we believe will make us enough, whether it's more experience, more education, more recognition, or even external validation. But success isn't defined by those external factors alone. Instead, it's about recognizing the qualities and capabilities that are already within you. Start by recognizing that you have the ability to learn and adapt. Every person has the capacity to grow, to learn new skills, and to overcome challenges. Success isn't about being perfect from the start, but about having the ability to adapt and improve over time. When you encounter obstacles, you can choose to learn from them, pivot when necessary, and keep going. You have the resilience within you to bounce back from failure and the mindset to continue learning and evolving. This ability to grow, this drive to figure things out and rise to the occasion, is one of the greatest assets you already possess. Another essential quality is self-awareness. You already know who you are, what drives you, and what matters most to you. This internal compass is incredibly valuable as you pursue your goals. Success is about aligning your actions with your values, and the more you understand your own core beliefs and desires, the more clearly you can make decisions that lead you toward fulfillment. When you take the time to listen to your inner voice and trust your instincts, you gain clarity on what steps to take and when to take them. The confidence to make choices based on your values is often far more important than a flawless plan or an impeccable set of credentials. You also have the capacity for connection. Success is rarely achieved in isolation. While we often think of success as an individual pursuit, it's actually built on relationships. You have the ability to connect with others, to ask for help, to collaborate, and to build networks that support and uplift you. These relationships, whether personal or professional, are often the key to navigating the ups and downs of any journey. You already have the tools to forge meaningful connections, share your ideas, and collaborate with others who complement your strengths. It's also crucial to recognize that you are resourceful. Even when you feel like you don't have what you need, you are capable of finding creative solutions. We often underestimate our ability to problem solve or think outside the box, but resourcefulness is one of the most important ingredients for success. Whether it's finding a new way to approach a problem, tapping into your network for advice, or utilizing the resources at your disposal in creative ways, your resourcefulness allows you to make the most of what you have. The truth is, success doesn't require you to wait until you have everything figured out or until the external world aligns perfectly with your vision. You already have within you the ability to learn, adapt, connect, and problem solve. These innate strengths are often enough to start on the path towards success today. By acknowledging and trusting in your existing capabilities, you can step into the future with confidence and begin making meaningful progress right now. Success doesn't begin in the future, it starts with you today. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the willingness to move forward despite it. We all experience moments when we feel uncertain, vulnerable, or intimidated by the challenges ahead of us. It's natural to feel afraid when stepping into the unknown, whether it's starting a new project, facing a personal or professional challenge, or even pursuing a dream that feels bigger than what we think we're capable of. Yet, courage is not about waiting for the fear to disappear or for conditions to be perfect. Courage is about choosing to act in the face of fear. One of the biggest misconceptions about courage is that it's something only reserved for the bold, the brave, or the outwardly confident. In reality, courage often manifests as quiet persistence, a small but powerful decision to keep going, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. Courage doesn't have to look dramatic. It can be as simple as showing up every day, even when you don't feel fully ready. It can be making that phone call, sending that email, or taking that first step, even though the outcome is uncertain. Every time you take action, despite feeling afraid or unsure, you are embodying courage. The courage to move forward, even when you don't have all the answers, comes from trusting yourself and your ability to handle whatever comes next. You may not know exactly how things will unfold, but you trust that you have the resources within you to navigate whatever challenges arise. Courage means embracing uncertainty instead of waiting for all the answers to be handed to you. It means saying to yourself, I don't know how, but I'm going to figure it out. This kind of self-trust and resilience is a form of inner strength that everyone has the capacity to tap into. It's also important to remember that courage is not a solo endeavor. Often the most courageous acts come when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to ask for help, to lean on others for support. Asking for help can be one of the most courageous things you can do. It's admitting that you don't have all the answers, that you can't do everything alone, and that you're willing to be vulnerable in front of others. This openness to connection is an essential part of courage. It's what allows you to grow, to learn, and to move forward in ways you couldn't if you were trying to do it all by yourself. Courage is also the ability to embrace imperfection and failure. We often think of courage in terms of big, bold actions, but courage also comes in the form of accepting our mistakes and learning from them. Every time we take a risk, we open ourselves up to the possibility of failure. But it's through failure that we grow the most. Courage allows us to fail and then get back up, not because we're fearless, but because we know that failure is not the end, it's simply a part of the journey. When we embrace the reality that things might not go as planned and that we can still move forward, we free ourselves from the paralysis of perfectionism. We learn to act despite the fear of failure, knowing that it doesn't define us, it refines us. Ultimately, courage is about showing up in our most vulnerable, authentic form. It's about being willing to take risks, to be seen, and to put ourselves out there even when we're unsure of the outcome. It's the courage to step into the arena, to live wholeheartedly, and to pursue the things that matter most to us, even when it's difficult or scary. Courage is not about being fearless, it's about being willing to be afraid, but still taking action anyway. It's this quiet strength that each of us possesses, waiting for us to embrace it and use it to step into the life we want to create. Courage is not something you have to find, you already have it within you. It just needs to be acknowledged, nurtured, and acted upon. Success is not a solitary pursuit. While we may often think of success as something we achieve individually, the truth is that it is deeply rooted in connection to others, to community, and to shared purpose. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that we must do everything on our own, that our worth and capability are measured by our individual achievements. However, one of the most powerful truths about success is that it thrives when we build and nurture relationships with those around us. At its core, success is about more than just what we accomplish. It's about who we become along the way and how we bring others along with us. We need each other, not only for support and encouragement, but also for collaboration, for challenge, and for growth. The relationships we build, whether personal or professional, are the foundation on which we can build meaningful success. We are social creatures wired for connection. Our greatest achievements often come from working with others, from sharing ideas, offering support, and tapping into the collective wisdom and strengths of those around us. When we allow ourselves to connect deeply with others, we create an environment where we can thrive. Connection opens doors to collaboration and new perspectives. It allows us to tap into skills, insights, and experiences that we might not have on our own. Success is often about finding the right people to help you along the way, people who see your potential, who challenge you to grow, who encourage you to keep going when you feel like giving up. These relationships provide us with the strength to continue even when the path gets difficult, and they remind us that we are not alone in our journey. But connection is not just about receiving support, it's also about offering it. When we show up for others, when we offer help or encouragement, we create a cycle of positive energy that amplifies success for everyone involved. Helping others succeed is one of the greatest gifts we can give, and it often leads to unexpected opportunities and growth for ourselves. Success isn't about competing with others, it's about lifting each other up, creating spaces where everyone can rise. The more you give of yourself, your time, your expertise, your encouragement, the more you receive in return. It's also important to recognize that connection involves vulnerability. Real connection can only happen when we are willing to show up as our authentic selves, not hiding behind masks or facades, but allowing others to see our true selves, flaws and all. When we embrace vulnerability, we invite others to do the same, creating deeper, more meaningful relationships. Vulnerability fosters trust, and trust is the cornerstone of successful relationships. Without trust, there can be no collaboration, no genuine support, no real success. It's through our willingness to be vulnerable, to share our challenges and struggles as well as our triumphs, that we build the kind of relationships that sustain us over the long haul. Additionally, connection allows us to share our strengths and learn from others. Success is not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about knowing how to ask the right questions, how to learn from others, and how to integrate their wisdom into our own work. When we connect with people who challenge us to think differently, who push us outside of our comfort zones, we grow in ways we never imagined possible. They provide a mirror showing us where we can improve, and they give us the courage to step beyond our own limitations. In moments of doubt or fear, the connections we have with others remind us that we don't have to do everything on our own. Success doesn't happen in isolation. It's shaped by the people we surround ourselves with and the strength of the relationships we cultivate. Whether it's a mentor, a colleague, a friend, or a loved one, these relationships give us the foundation to face challenges, navigate uncertainty, and keep moving forward. We are all stronger together than we are alone. And by recognizing the power of connection, we unlock a deeper, more sustainable kind of success that doesn't rely solely on our own efforts, but is enriched by the support and collaboration of those around us. Success often feels like something distant, something we have to earn or acquire. We think that in order to succeed, we must gather more experience, more resources, more validation from others. But one of the most powerful and often overlooked truths is that you are already resourceful enough to succeed, regardless of the circumstances. When we talk about resourcefulness, we're not just talking about having material possessions or tangible tools at your disposal. Resourcefulness is the ability to adapt, to make use of what's available to you, and to find creative solutions to challenges. It's about seeing opportunities where others see obstacles and using what you already have to move forward, even when the path seems uncertain. The first aspect of resourcefulness is the ability to think creatively. Often we get so focused on what we don't have, what's missing, or what's lacking that we forget to look at what is available. The key to success isn't about waiting for the perfect set of resources to appear. Instead, it's about figuring out how to use what's already in front of you. This may mean leveraging your own skills and experiences, drawing on your network, or simply using your imagination to see a new way forward. Being resourceful means finding ways to make the most of what you already have. It's about learning to think outside the box, to try new approaches, and to find unconventional solutions. Resourcefulness is also about using your strengths to navigate through challenges. Each of us brings a unique set of abilities, experiences, and perspectives to the table. And these can be powerful tools in achieving success. Sometimes we overlook the value of our own strengths because they come so naturally to us. But those qualities, whether it's your ability to communicate, your problem-solving skills, your empathy, or your leadership ability, are vital resources. Recognizing and harnessing your unique strengths allows you to approach obstacles with confidence, knowing that you already possess the tools you need to handle whatever comes your way. Another crucial element of resourcefulness is the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Success doesn't follow a straight line. There are always twists and turns, moments of uncertainty, and unexpected challenges. What makes people successful is their ability to adjust, to shift course when necessary, and to remain open to new possibilities. The ability to pivot, to reassess and adapt when faced with unexpected changes is a key aspect of resourcefulness. It's not about rigidly sticking to a plan, but being flexible enough to make the most of new information or changing conditions. Resourceful people don't give up when things don't go according to plan. They adjust and continue to move forward with what they have. In addition, leveraging your relationships and networks is a powerful form of resourcefulness. Often we believe that success is something we have to achieve on our own, but in reality, we are all interconnected. The relationships we build, whether with colleagues, mentors, friends, or even strangers, are a wealth of resources. People can offer advice, open doors, provide encouragement, or share opportunities that we might not have had access to on our own. Success is not only about what you can do by yourself, but about the support and connections you cultivate along the way. Resourcefulness involves knowing when to ask for help, knowing who to turn to for guidance, and understanding that collaboration can be just as powerful as independent effort. Finally, resourcefulness is about maintaining a sense of optimism and resilience in the face of adversity. It's easy to feel defeated when things don't go as planned, but successful people remain resourceful not because they are invincible or immune to failure, but because they are willing to keep trying. They understand that setbacks are part of the process, and they use those setbacks as opportunities to learn, grow, and refine their approach. This resilience is a form of inner resourcefulness, the ability to keep moving forward even when the going gets tough. Resourcefulness isn't about having everything figured out or waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about making the most of what you have, adapting to challenges, using your strengths, and leaning on the support of others. You are already equipped with everything you need to succeed. It's just a matter of recognizing the resources at your disposal and using them effectively. Success isn't about more, it's about making the most of what's already within your reach. And when you realize that you are already resourceful enough, you unlock the power to move forward with confidence, creativity, and determination. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, to keep going when things don't go your way. It's the determination to move forward, even when you feel discouraged, defeated, or exhausted. Resilience is not about never failing. It's about understanding that failure is not the end, but part of the process. In fact, failure is often where the deepest growth happens. Every failure contains within it the seeds of future success, but only if you are willing to look at it with a mindset of learning and growth. The first step in building resilience is embracing the reality of setbacks. Life rarely unfolds as we expect, and the road to success is almost always marked by moments of failure or frustration. Whether it's a business idea that doesn't work out, a project that falls short, or a personal goal that you don't quite reach, setbacks are an inevitable part of life. But these moments are not a reflection of your worth or potential. They are simply part of the process of figuring out what works and what doesn't. The key is how you respond when things don't go as planned. Resilience is rooted in the ability to reframe failure, to see it not as something negative or shameful, but as an opportunity for growth. Each time you encounter a setback, you have a choice. You can let it defeat you, or you can choose to learn from it. This reframing of failure is what allows resilient people to keep going when others might give up. Instead of asking, why me or what's wrong with me, resilient people ask, what can I learn from this? Or how can I adjust my approach? They view challenges as stepping stones, not roadblocks, and each misstep becomes a valuable lesson. Another crucial aspect of resilience is emotional regulation, the ability to manage your emotions in the face of difficulty. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or discouraged when things go wrong, and those feelings are perfectly normal. But resilience is about not letting those emotions control you. Instead of allowing fear, anger, or self-doubt to dictate your actions, resilient individuals learn to acknowledge their emotions without letting them derail their progress. They practice patience with themselves, allowing themselves to feel disappointment or frustration, but they don't allow those feelings to define their next steps. This emotional agility enables them to keep moving forward with clarity and purpose, even when faced with adversity. In addition, leveraging your relationships and networks is a powerful form of resourcefulness. Often, we believe that success is something we have to achieve on our own, but in reality, we are all interconnected. The relationships we build, whether with colleagues, mentors, friends, or even strangers, are a wealth of resources. People can offer advice, open doors, provide encouragement, or share opportunities that we might not have had access to on our own. Success is not only about what you can do by yourself, but about the support and connections you cultivate along the way. Resourcefulness involves knowing when to ask for help, knowing who to turn to for guidance, and understanding that collaboration can be just as powerful as independent effort. Finally, resourcefulness is about maintaining a sense of optimism and resilience in the face of adversity. It's easy to feel defeated when things don't go as planned, but successful people remain resourceful not because they are invincible or immune to failure, but because they are willing to keep trying. They understand that setbacks are part of the process, and they use those setbacks as opportunities to learn, grow, and refine their approach. This resilience is a form of inner resourcefulness, the ability to keep moving forward even when the going gets tough. Resourcefulness isn't about having everything figured out or waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about making the most of what you have, adapting to challenges, using your strengths, and leaning on the support of others. You are already equipped with everything you need to succeed. It's just a matter of recognizing the resources at your disposal and using them effectively. Success isn't about more, it's about making the most of what's already within your reach. And when you realize that you are already resourceful enough, you unlock the power to move forward with confidence, creativity, and determination. We often associate success with a linear path, one that is smooth and predictable, where everything goes according to plan. But in reality, success is rarely a straight line. It is messy, unpredictable, and filled with obstacles, failures, and setbacks. In fact, success is often shaped more by how we respond to these challenges than by how we manage to avoid them. Resilience is one of the most powerful qualities you can cultivate on your journey to success. And it is not something that comes from avoiding failure, but rather from learning how to rise after falling. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, to keep going when things don't go your way. It's the determination to move forward, even when you feel discouraged, defeated, or exhausted. Resilience is not about never failing, it's about understanding that failure is not the end, but part of the process. In fact, failure is often where the deepest growth happens. Every failure contains within it the seeds of future success, but only if you are willing to look at it with a mindset of learning and growth. The first step in building resilience is embracing the reality of setbacks. Life rarely unfolds as we expect, and the road to success is almost always marked by moments of failure or frustration. Whether it's a business idea that doesn't work out, a project that falls short, or a personal goal that you don't quite reach, setbacks are an inevitable part of life. But these moments are not a reflection of your worth or potential. They are simply part of the process of figuring out what works and what doesn't. The key is how you respond when things don't go as planned. Resilience is rooted in the ability to reframe failure to see it not as something negative or shameful, but as an opportunity for growth. Each time you encounter a setback, you have a choice: you can let it defeat you, or you can choose to learn from it. This reframing of failure is what allows resilient people to keep going when others might give up. Instead of asking, why me, or what's wrong with me, resilient people ask, what can I learn from this? Or how can I adjust my approach? They view challenges as stepping stones, not roadblocks, and each misstep becomes a valuable lesson. Another crucial aspect of resilience is emotional regulation, the ability to manage your emotions in the face of difficulty. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or discouraged when things go wrong, and those feelings are perfectly normal. But resilience is about not letting those emotions control you. Instead of allowing fear, anger, or self-doubt to dictate your actions, resilient individuals learn to acknowledge their emotions without letting them derail their progress. They practice patience with themselves, allowing themselves to feel disappointment or frustration, but they don't allow those feelings to define their next steps. This emotional agility enables them to keep moving forward with clarity and purpose, even when faced with adversity. Perseverance is also a cornerstone of resilience. Success rarely comes quickly or easily, and there will be many times when progress seems slow or when it feels like the goal is just out of reach. In these moments, resilience means staying the course, even when the results aren't immediate or the path isn't clear. It's about showing up day after day, even when the work feels thankless or the outcome uncertain. This steady persistence is what eventually leads to breakthroughs. It's not about waiting for motivation or inspiration to strike, it's about maintaining the discipline to keep going, even when you don't feel like it. Resilience is also about having a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence can develop over time. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to develop new skills and abilities, rather than signs of their inadequacy. This mindset encourages them to approach difficulties with curiosity and openness instead of fear or defeat. They understand that setbacks are not a reflection of their ultimate potential, but a part of the learning process. With this mindset, resilience becomes an active choice, a belief that no matter how difficult the journey, they have the capacity to improve and adapt. Lastly, resilience is nurtured by support. While resilience is often seen as an individual trait, it is not something we cultivate alone. The relationships and support systems you build along the way are essential for your resilience. Having a mentor, a friend, or success is often tied to a narrative of perfection. We are conditioned to believe that in order to succeed, we must be flawless, smooth out every imperfection, and show the world only our best selves. This mindset can be paralyzing, leading to self-doubt, burnout, and the fear of not measuring up. The truth, however, is that imperfection is not a barrier to success, it's an essential part of it. It is through embracing our flaws, mistakes, and vulnerability that we not only find our true path to success, but also become more authentic and resilient in the process. One of the greatest obstacles to success is the belief that we need to be perfect in order to be worthy. This belief often leads to perfectionism, a trait that pushes us to constantly strive for flawlessness, to hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, and to fear failure or criticism. While striving for excellence is admirable, perfectionism can often prevent us from taking risks, trying new things, and stepping outside of our comfort zone. The truth is, perfectionism stifles creativity and innovation. It encourages us to play it safe, to stay within the lines, and to avoid taking chances. But growth, discovery, and real success often lie in the places where perfection doesn't exist. Embracing imperfection means acknowledging that mistakes are a natural part of learning and growing. Every time we fail or fall short of our expectations, we gain valuable insights into what works, what doesn't, and what we need to adjust. The most successful people aren't those who've never made mistakes, but those who've learned how to recover from them. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's an integral part of it. When we allow ourselves to make mistakes without letting them define us, we open ourselves up to the possibility of deeper growth and learning. This mindset allows us to keep going even when things don't turn out perfectly, knowing that the journey itself is just as valuable as the destination. Imperfection also plays a crucial role in fostering authenticity. When we embrace our flaws and vulnerabilities, we become more real, more human. Authenticity is magnetic, it builds trust, attracts the right opportunities, and creates genuine connections with others. People don't connect with perfection, they connect with real, imperfect human beings who are willing to show up as they are. By owning our imperfections, we give others permission to do the same, creating a space where authenticity and vulnerability are valued over polished facades. This is the foundation of deep relationships, whether personal or professional. When we let go of the need to be perfect, we give ourselves the freedom to be true to who we really are. Another important aspect of embracing imperfection is learning to let go of the fear of judgment. So often we hold ourselves back because we fear what others might think or how they might perceive us. We think that if we make a mistake or show our flaws, we'll be judged as inadequate or incompetent. But the truth is, most of the time, others are not as focused on our imperfections as we believe. People are far more interested in realness, vulnerability, and authenticity. The more we accept ourselves as we are flaws, and all the less power judgment holds over us. Instead of worrying about what others think, we become more focused on what truly matters: our growth, our values, and our goals. Imperfection is also closely tied to innovation and creativity. Some of the most groundbreaking ideas, inventions, and creative works have come from people who are willing to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them. If you wait for the perfect idea, the perfect plan, or the perfect moment, you might never take action. But when we embrace imperfection, we open ourselves to experimentation and iteration. Innovation doesn't happen in a vacuum of perfection. It happens through trial and error, through learning from missteps, and through constantly refining and improving. Finally, embracing imperfection allows us to practice self-compassion. We are often our harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossibly high standards and feeling disappointed or ashamed when we fall short. But when we accept that imperfection is part of being human, we can treat ourselves with more kindness and patience. Self-compassion allows us to bounce back from failures with a sense of grace, to forgive ourselves for mistakes, and to keep moving forward without being weighed down by shame or guilt. The more we practice self-compassion, the more resilient and confident we become in our ability to succeed. Success, at its core, is not about perfection, it's about growth, learning, and the willingness to keep going even when things aren't perfect. By embracing imperfection, we free ourselves from the paralyzing fear of failure and judgment. We give ourselves permission to learn from our mistakes, to show up authentically, and to innovate without the pressure of having everything figured out. Imperfection is not something to avoid or hide, it is a powerful catalyst for success. When we accept ourselves fully, flaws and all, we unlock the true potential for growth and achievement. True success is not about chasing an idealized version of ourselves or striving for some external standard of perfection. It is about embracing who we are in our entirety, our strengths, our flaws, our experiences, and even our limitations. The journey to success starts with the simple but profound realization that you are already enough. In a world that constantly tells us we need to be more, do more, or have more, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that success can only be achieved when we meet some arbitrary measure of enough. But the truth is, you are enough right now in this very moment, just as you are. This concept of enough challenges the pervasive belief that we need to be perfect in order to succeed. So often we feel we must constantly improve ourselves, fix our flaws, or achieve more in order to be worthy of success. We measure our progress by comparison, looking at others and wondering why we don't have what they have or why we're not where they are. But when we begin to see ourselves as enough, we stop focusing on what we lack and start recognizing what we already have. This shift in mindset is incredibly powerful because it frees us from the endless cycle of striving for more and instead helps us focus on what truly matters, our own journey and growth. Being enough doesn't mean complacency. It doesn't mean that you stop working toward your goals or growing as a person. Rather, it means accepting yourself as you are, knowing that you are worthy of success, love, and respect without having to meet some external standard. You are not defined by your accomplishments or by what you think you should be doing. You are defined by who you are right now. This sense of self-acceptance is crucial because when you believe you are enough, you can approach challenges with a sense of confidence, knowing that you don't need to be perfect to make an impact or to succeed. You can take action without fear of not measuring up. When we accept ourselves as enough, we stop waiting for some future version of ourselves to arrive and start living fully in the present moment. We no longer tie our worth to external achievements or to other people's opinions of us. Instead, we embrace the fact that we are worthy, valuable, and capable right now. This doesn't mean that we stop growing or striving to become better versions of ourselves. It simply means that we stop seeking validation from others or external sources. Success is no longer tied to a destination, but to the process of becoming the best version of ourselves, regardless of where we are on that journey. The realization that you are enough also empowers you to set authentic goals that align with your values and passions, rather than with the expectations others place on you. So often, we chase success based on what society deems valuable, climbing the corporate ladder, accumulating wealth, or achieving status. But when we accept ourselves as enough, we start to pursue goals that feel meaningful to us, not because they will earn us external validation, but because they align with who we truly are. Success then becomes a reflection of living authentically, rather than achieving an idealized version of ourselves that we think we should be. Moreover, this understanding of enough fosters self-compassion, which is essential for resilience. When you view yourself as enough, you allow room for mistakes, setbacks, and imperfection. You don't beat yourself up when things don't go as planned. Instead, you treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a close friend. This self-compassion helps you bounce back from failure with greater ease and persistence. You don't view setbacks as evidence of your inadequacy, but as part of the learning process. The belief that you are enough, regardless of the outcome, allows you to continue pursuing your goals with passion and confidence, even in the face of adversity. Another powerful aspect of recognizing that you are enough is that it allows you to let go of the fear of judgment. Often, we don't take action because we fear what others might think. We worry about how we will be perceived, and that fear. We live in a world that often pushes us to be constantly moving forward, to achieve more, do more, and never slow down. This constant pressure can make us feel as though we must keep achieving in order to prove our worth, and that taking breaks or resting is a sign of weakness or failure. However, rest and recovery are not only essential to success, they are vital to sustaining it. In fact, true success comes not from relentless hustle, but from the balance of hard work and the restoration that comes from taking time to rest and recharge. Rest is often misunderstood as simply doing nothing or being lazy. In reality, rest is an active process that allows the mind, body, and spirit to heal, regenerate, and rebuild. Without rest, we burn out, our creativity and problem-solving abilities decline, and our motivation wanes. It's in moments of rest that our brain processes and consolidates the information we've learned, and it's when we step away from the grind that we can gain fresh perspectives and ideas. Success cannot be sustained by constantly pushing yourself to the limit. Eventually, you will hit a wall. Rest is the tool we need to prevent that burnout and to maintain both physical and mental well-being. In a society that celebrates hustle culture, it can be hard to quiet the internal voice that says, you should be doing more, but in reality, this constant pressure to keep working can be counterproductive. Without proper rest, we become less effective, less focused, and more prone to mistakes. Our productivity actually diminishes when we don't give ourselves time to recharge. Rest doesn't just mean sleeping, it involves taking time away from work to relax, to engage in activities that bring us joy, and to simply pause. Whether it's taking a walk in nature, meditating, spending time with loved ones, or enjoying a hobby, rest allows us to reconnect with ourselves and return to our work with renewed energy and clarity. One of the most powerful aspects of rest is that it provides us with the space to reflect. When we are constantly working or pushing toward a goal, we rarely stop to evaluate our progress or assess our true desires. Rest forces us to step back and take a broader look at the path we're on. During these moments of reflection, we often gain insights into how we want to proceed, what's truly important to us, and how we can work smarter, not harder. The act of resting and reflecting gives us the opportunity to align our actions with our core values and to recalibrate when we feel off track. Moreover, rest also promotes mental clarity and creativity. Often when we are deeply immersed in a project or task, we get caught in a loop of overthinking or fixating on a problem. We become so absorbed in finding the solution that we forget to take a step back and let our minds breathe. It's in the moments of rest and relaxation that our subconscious mind continues to work on the problems we've been wrestling with. The best ideas often come when we're not forcing them to come, but when we give ourselves permission to rest and let our minds wander. Creativity and problem solving are not purely the result of hard work, they flourish when we allow ourselves the space to think freely, without pressure or expectation. Rest is also essential for maintaining emotional health. Pursuing success often involves facing setbacks, challenges, and uncertainty, which can be emotionally draining. If we don't take the time to rest, we risk becoming overwhelmed by stress, anxiety, or burnout. Emotional exhaustion not only affects our ability to make sound decisions, but it also impacts our overall quality of life. Rest gives us the emotional resilience we need to face challenges with a clear mind and an open heart. It allows us to process our emotions, find peace, and approach difficult situations with a renewed sense of calm. In many ways, rest is an investment in your future success. It may feel counterintuitive at times, especially in a world that values constant productivity. However, the long-term benefits of taking care of your mind, body, and spirit far outweigh the short-term satisfaction of pushing through without pause. Rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It allows you to maintain your energy, creativity, and emotional well-being, which are all essential ingredients for sustainable success. By recognizing the importance of rest and making it an integral part of your routine, you equip yourself with the ability to continue pursuing your goals with renewed focus, determination, and vitality. True success isn't about endless work, it's about finding a balance that nurtures all parts of yourself, allowing you to thrive in the long run. At the heart of success lies a deep and often overlooked truth: the importance of trusting yourself. In a world filled with external influences, advice, and societal pressures, it can be easy to lose touch with your own instincts, ideas, and intuition. However, self-trust is the foundation upon which all true success is built. It is the ability to listen to your inner voice, to believe in your capacity to navigate challenges, and to make decisions based on your values and beliefs rather than seeking constant validation from others. Without self-trust, it is nearly impossible to achieve lasting success because you will constantly question your choices, second-guess your direction, or rely too heavily on external opinions. Trusting yourself begins with recognizing that you are the expert of your own life. No one knows you better than you know yourself. Your experiences, your desires, your strengths, and even your struggles shape the person you are and give you unique insight into what you are truly capable of. When you trust yourself, you acknowledge this deep well of knowledge and believe in your own judgment. You stop looking outside yourself for permission or guidance and start making decisions based on your own internal compass. This doesn't mean ignoring advice or feedback from others, but it means weighing that input through the lens of your own understanding of who you are and what you want to achieve. A big part of self-trust involves accepting your own worth and capabilities. Many of us struggle with self-doubt, especially when facing new challenges or stepping into unfamiliar territory. It's easy to feel like we're not ready or that we don't have what it takes. However, true success requires the belief that you have everything you need within you to take the next step, even if that step feels uncertain. This belief doesn't come from a place of arrogance, but from an understanding that you've already navigated difficult situations in the past and that you have the strength to do so again. Trusting yourself is about knowing that you are resilient and resourceful, even in the face of adversity. When you trust yourself, you are also willing to take calculated risks. Success doesn't come from playing it safe all the time. It comes from the courage to step into the unknown and to make bold decisions that push you out of your comfort zone. Trusting yourself means having the confidence to take risks even when the outcome is uncertain. You know that, regardless of the outcome, you will learn something valuable and that you will be able to adjust, pivot, and keep moving forward. You are less afraid of failure because you trust that you can handle whatever comes your way. This willingness to take risks and embrace challenges is what leads to growth, innovation, and ultimately success. Another essential aspect of self-trust is the ability to acknowledge and learn from mistakes. No one succeeds without encountering failure along the way, and how we deal with our mistakes often determines how far we go. When you trust yourself, you are not afraid of making errors because you understand that they are part of the learning process. Instead of being paralyzed by fear of failure, you are able to move forward with curiosity and a growth mindset, seeing mistakes as opportunities for growth rather than signs of inadequacy. This resilience is crucial in maintaining momentum and continuing to pursue your goals, even when things don't go as planned. In addition, trusting yourself requires a commitment to honoring your values and intuition. In a world full of distractions and competing opinions, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters to you. But self-trust means staying true to your core beliefs and values, even when the world around you seems to be moving in a different direction. When you trust yourself, you listen to your gut and make decisions that align with your deeper sense of purpose, rather than seeking external approval or chasing someone else's definition of success. This alignment creates a sense of peace and fulfillment because you know that the journey you are on is yours and yours alone. Self-trust also involves setting boundaries and protecting your energy. In the pursuit of success, it can be easy to overcommit, to say yes to things that don't serve you, or to let others' needs take precedence over your own. But trusting yourself means knowing your limits and setting clear boundaries to protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. It means saying no when something doesn't align with your priorities, even if it feels uncomfortable or if others don't understand. Trusting yourself means recognizing that you are worthy of space, rest, and time to nurture your own needs and goals. Ultimately, self-trust is an act of self-love and self-respect. It is the unwavering belief that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of success just as you are. When you trust yourself, you stop waiting for external validation or permission to pursue your dreams. You act with confidence, knowing that you are the one who holds the keys to your success. The more you practice trusting yourself, the more natural it becomes to follow your instincts, make bold choices, and handle whatever challenges come your way. When you trust yourself, you tap into your true potential, and this trust becomes the driving force behind your journey toward success. To succeed in life, whether in personal growth, professional achievements, or creative endeavors, one of the most crucial aspects is the ability to build strong relationships and support systems. While it's easy to think of success as an individual pursuit, the reality is that no one truly succeeds alone. Success is deeply intertwined with the people we surround ourselves with, the relationships we cultivate, the networks we nurture, and the communities we belong to. These connections provide not only emotional support and encouragement, but also opportunities for growth, collaboration, and learning. The idea that we must go it alone or push through challenges by sheer willpower can often be a limiting belief that keeps us from realizing our full potential. At the core of strong relationships is mutual trust and respect. Whether with family, friends, colleagues, mentors, or even acquaintances, the relationships that contribute to our success are built on a foundation of trust. When you trust others, you create an environment where vulnerability is allowed. This openness is essential because vulnerability allows for authentic connections, whether it's asking for help when you're struggling or sharing an idea you're unsure about. People who feel trusted are more likely to support you in return, whether emotionally, financially, or through guidance. This mutual exchange of trust and support strengthens bonds and nurtures long-term success. In both personal and professional settings, building a network of support goes beyond simply having a group of people around you. It's about surrounding yourself with those who genuinely believe in you, who challenge you to grow, and who offer constructive feedback. Strong support systems are made up of people who can provide perspective, offer advice based on their own experiences, and inspire you when you feel discouraged. In a business setting, this might look like a mentor or a group of peers who share your vision and can help you navigate obstacles. In personal relationships, it could be family members or friends who offer unconditional support and encouragement, reminding you of your worth when you lose sight of it. A vital part of building a strong support system is actively fostering meaningful connections. It's not enough to simply be surrounded by people. You must also invest in these relationships, give time and energy, and be present in the lives of others. Authentic relationships are nurtured through communication, empathy, and a willingness to give as much as you receive. People appreciate being heard, understood, and valued, and these reciprocal exchanges create a sense of community. When people feel valued, they're more likely to support you when you need it, just as you would offer support in their times of need. Collaboration and collective effort are powerful catalysts for success. When we collaborate with others, we combine strengths and perspectives that we might not have on our own. The idea of you don't have to do it alone is critical to thriving in any pursuit. Whether it's working with colleagues to launch a project, collaborating with a team to solve a problem, or simply sharing resources and knowledge, working together allows you to move faster, make better decisions, and access more opportunities. Many times, collaboration leads to ideas and breakthroughs that we wouldn't have come to on our own. When we acknowledge that we are stronger together, we open ourselves up to new possibilities that we may not have previously considered. Support systems also help to foster accountability. Surrounding yourself with people who hold you accountable is one of the most effective ways to stay on track and continue progressing toward your goals. Whether it's a friend who checks in on your progress or a mentor who offers guidance, having people in your corner who keep you honest and motivated can push you to perform at your highest level. Accountability helps to reinforce commitment to your goals and reminds you of why you started in the first place. The act of sharing your dreams and intentions with others makes them more tangible and real, and having others to answer to makes it harder to let go of those ambitions when the going gets tough. Moreover, relationships provide an emotional buffer during difficult times. Success is never a smooth journey. It's filled with failures, setbacks, and moments of self-doubt. When you have a strong network of people who care about you and believe in your potential, they help you navigate these dark times. Their encouragement and perspective provide the emotional strength needed to persevere. They remind you that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but a stepping stone toward growth. This emotional support can also prevent isolation, which is one of the most damaging things you can experience when facing challenges. The simple act of knowing you have people to lean on makes all the difference when things seem overwhelming. In addition, when we give ourselves permission to lean on others, we are also reinforcing the value of interdependence. We realize that success is not a solitary achievement, but the result of collective effort, whether it's the people who support us or the systems and environments that help us thrive. Success is not only about individual ambition, but also about lifting others up along the way. When we help others achieve their goals, we also create a network of reciprocal relationships that support our own dreams. It's through this sense of shared purpose and mutual benefit that true success is achieved. By helping others, we ultimately help ourselves. Building and nurturing strong relationships is not just an advantage, it's a necessity for achieving long-term success. By investing in others and surrounding ourselves with people who inspire, challenge, and support us, we create a powerful ecosystem that propels us forward, even when the road is tough. The strength of your relationships can elevate your success beyond what you could ever accomplish alone. In conclusion, the journey to success is not a linear path, nor is it a solitary endeavor. It is shaped by our ability to recognize and embrace the qualities within us that are already poised for growth, to nurture the relationships that propel us forward, and to honor the balance between persistence and rest. We are not defined by the setbacks we face, nor by the moments when we feel imperfect or uncertain. Success is not a destination marked by the absence of flaws or failures. It is a process that flourishes when we trust ourselves, honor our worth, and acknowledge the power of collaboration, vulnerability, and connection. We have everything we need to succeed. Our internal resources, our resilience, our creativity, our sense of purpose are already within us. What we often need is the courage to trust in those resources, to take the leap even when the outcome is unclear, and to be kind to ourselves along the way. As we move forward, it's important to remember that the obstacles we encounter are not roadblocks but stepping stones toward greater understanding and achievement. Each challenge holds the potential for growth, and every setback offers a lesson. Success also thrives in relationships. Our connections to others, whether personal or professional, are integral to our progress. It is the trust we build with those around us, the support we offer and receive, and the collective energy we create that fuels our momentum. No one achieves greatness in isolation, and the strength of your relationships can be the catalyst for the heights you're capable of reaching. Finally, rest is just as vital as action. The world may constantly push us to do more, to be more, but true success comes from knowing when to rest, reflect, and recharge. It is in those moments of stillness that we gain clarity, creativity, and the energy we need to keep moving forward with purpose. In the end, success is not about achieving some idealized version of perfection, but about showing up authentically, believing in your capacity to grow and adapt, and being willing to trust the process. You already have everything you need to succeed. Trust in yourself, trust in others, and trust in the journey. Thank you.